I'm Will, and I'm one of the co-founders of Jurassic Elements. The guy behind the camera is also co-founder of Jurassic Elements. We're new to YouTube, newer to breeding, but I've been in the hobby for the last 12 years keeping snakes. So these are some of our breeders, and these are all Burmese pythons. So we're going to be working on cleaning these guys today. Some of them, not very many of them went to the bathroom, but they definitely have peed. So we're going to switch out their paper. Top guy needs it. He's our male, and then these are our 3 breeder females. This girl right here is probably coming in at 16 to 17 foot and very close to the 160 to possibly higher, range pound wise. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys how we get one of these girls out. I never get one of these girls out by myself. Just, they're big, even though they're nice, something could always happen. That's why I got Jack here behind the camera. And so yeah, so I use this snake hook, kind of let them know I'm coming in the cage, and I'll work on pulling her out. We got some water set up for her to soak in while I work on getting her cage cleaned up. So you guys are here for it. So I think I'm gonna name this girl Brittany. I just got her not too long ago from a good friend of mine who bred her for a couple of years. She'll be huffy a little bit when I first come in the cage, but as you can see, I'm pretty comfortable starting to pull her out. She's a big girl. For reference, I'm 6'4". She makes me look like a dwarf. So that's her water bowl she pushed to the corner. And we get these girls out twice a week. I let them soak once a week, on top of the fact that I always give them clean water. And yeah, she's big, as you can tell. She's trying to stay in her cage. She likes the warmth of her cage. She might not actually want to soak, so I'll have to put the lid on her while I'm working. But yeah, I have a size 12 shoe. Here she is. Here's my hand. She's very wide.
About 1 foot.
Yeah, she was born, all these were born in 2015, so they're about 7 years old. We don't power feed or anything, so I feed them a rabbit like once every 2 to 3 weeks. Not a big rabbit, to be honest. The guy that was working with her before didn't feed her big meals either, which is awesome. We want to try to keep the longevity of the animal, not just make her some massive, ginormous thing for people to look at. But as you can tell, she gave me a hiss, but now she's totally fine. Gonna let her soak. I'm gonna get the lid. It's just on the other side of the garage door. She's definitely the biggest one of the 4 we have, or of the 3 females that are out here. So yeah, this is Brittany, the albino. She's het for granite and het for, I believe, green. But the green hasn't been proved out. The granite has been proved out. So yeah. Come on, girl. Alright guys, we're back. So I replaced the butcher paper that she sits on. We got her water back in here, nice clean water. She's been sitting in the soak. It's been about 5 to 10 minutes, so she definitely got some time in there. So we're gonna come pull her out. She's gonna be a little wet, but it'll dry off. She's probably loving it. And we'll be doing another video here soon. I built a 1,500-gallon pond in my backyard, so we'll be letting all the big snakes swim for a little bit. They absolutely love to swim. She's climbing up me. I'm gonna set her down and readjust. Hi, mamas. I know. I know. Now I normally set the first foot to 2 foot of her in. She'll start to move, but I'm gonna help her out just so she's not stressing. She's a long vertebrae. And there she is, back in her clean cage. So we got Brittany back in her cage, the big albino. The top cage right here at eye level with me is our male. He's a Hypo Granite albino. He's the guy, the sires, all of these 3 females. I'm gonna get him out. It's a little trickier. He's a lot slender. He's definitely long, but it's a little trickier just because he's at my eye level. So I need to find his head first, which it's right here. So I'm gonna work my way from here towards him to my right. we got to make sure that he knows he's not being fed, so I got my trusty little snake hook here. Give him some taps. Always find his head and give him a gentle tap, maybe push his head the opposite way of where I'm at, just so he knows, hey, okay, you're coming in here, I'm not getting fed, I'll be cool, I'll be calm. He's a super great snake. But like I said, you just always gotta take the precautions needed. He also loves to hold on to this edge of the cage and give me a run for my money. But this is actually a good one this time. He's nice and warm too. And he is out. So we're gonna give him some time in the soak. Hi buddy, you're fine. So yeah, this is the Hypo Albino Granite. Don't have a name for him yet. He's like, I don't know if I want the water. So now just get in. And he is, oh, he was. Now he's in. We just cleaned the Hypo's cage. We put new butcher paper in there, got fresh water going. I pulled the glass and cleaned the glass off just because he was kind of rubbing, I guess, his face against it. You know how it goes. So male's been sitting for probably about 5 or so minutes as well. We kind of take our time on the cleaning so that he can get ample time to soak. Once they're fully in, like, they love the water. And I think he's actually using the bathroom, so we're not going to move him for a second. If you look right here, those white little things you see right there are called urate. So it's almost like a solid pee that'll come out. And it looks like his tail is still going. Like pumping our males. So when looking at this as a breeding value, you want to make sure that your males are being fed and well kept, but you don't want them to be extremely heavy. Then they'll lose the drive to breed. So we feed them. We just don't feed them large prey items. We don't feed them as often as the females. Much different, more strict diet. And there he goes. My hands are a little wet, but if I can get behind this glass, inside the glass. So yeah, that's our male Hypo.
How many eggs are we expecting?
I'd hope to say between 30 and 40 for each of these guys. This female, though, should go and I would hope produce somewhere close to 50, but I'm not going to press my luck on it. So yeah, we'll have probably 100 to 120 eggs out of all of our Burms. We have more inside, and we'll show you those soon. Okay, so this is our last female. She's at the bottom. She is a Hypo Granite het albino, and she's in shed right now. And for some reason, this girl, when she goes into shed, she is a completely different animal. When she's not in shed, she's nice as can be, very handleable. I feel comfortable, you know, letting children hang around her. Obviously not just hold her by herself because she's extremely big. But she can be a little cantankerous, which honestly I don't blame her. If I had to shed my skin, and it was this long of a process, she's already about a week into her shed cycle, I'd be a little agitated too. So I'm gonna try to get her out with the least amount of stress as possible and let her soak, which is really gonna help hydrate her skin to get that really solid, good shed going. Not gonna lie, very pretty. I always call this this version of the Burm like the giraffe of morphs. Just reminds me of a giraffe's texture, and it's hard to see right now just because she's in shed, but she has those squares like a giraffe would. Alrighty, mamas, come here. You're fine. Come on. Alright, we're gonna let her soak. Probably she'll soak a little longer than the other ones just because she's in shed. Like I said, I want to keep her hydrated, so it's a nice clean shed for her. Alright guys, we're back. So this is the Hypo Granite het albino female. She is ready to go back in her cage. She was nice and she was in the soak for, I don't know, about 5 to 10 minutes. Like I said, she's a little cantankerous when she's dealing with her shed cycle. She also went to the bathroom in the water, which is good. I'm gonna try to wrangle her out now. I'm gonna readjust, get her back in her cage. Now when she's moving in the cage, I'm gonna talk about the cages. So these cages are made by Animal Plastics, great company. And these are some of their largest you can use for big snakes. They are 8 foot long by 30 inches deep by 18 inches tall. These are great cages for these big snakes. They have enough room to move around. It also helps that you get them out as much as possible. So like I said, I'm getting them out twice a week. I'm getting them out to clean, and I'm getting them out to hang out in the yard when I can, which you know helps with them stretching out considering they're longer than this cage. So yeah, let's get her back in there. Of course, she's probably gonna try to move her water bowl around. We are good to go. This is a little glimpse of what we do here at Jurassic Elements. I hope you enjoyed this, and there are more videos to come. We're gonna be cleaning snakes, hanging out with snakes, doing some fun things here at Jurassic Elements. Like and subscribe.